Welcome to Project Takiv. Today, we are launching a definitive series on Class 11 NCERT, Physical Geography. This series is tailored specifically for the analytical demands of the UPSC examination. Using AI-driven infographics, we transform dense academic concepts into interesting high-clarity narratives. We begin our Geography series, Chapter 1, Geography as a Discipline, with the fundamental question, why should we study geography? We live on the surface of the earth. Our lives are affected by our surroundings in many ways. In primitive societies, we subsisted on natural means of subsistence, edible plants and animals. But with the passage of time, we developed technologies and started producing food using natural resources like land, soil and water. We adjusted our food habits and clothing according to the prevailing weather conditions. So what is geography? In very simple words, it is the description of the earth. The term was first coined by Eratosthenes, a Greek scholar who lived between 276 and 194 BC. The word is derived from two Greek roots, geo meaning earth and graphos meaning description.
But the Earth is not uniform. It has variations in its physical features: mountains, hills, valleys, plains, plateaus, oceans, lakes, deserts, and wilderness. There are also variations in its social and cultural features: villages, cities, roads, railways, ports, markets, and human-generated elements. This variation provides a clue to understanding the relationship between the physical environment and the cultural features. Geography equips you to appreciate diversity and investigate the causes responsible for creating these variations over time and space. Traditionally, scholars define geography as the study of areal differentiation, understanding how phenomena vary over space. But geography is not just about what is where, it is about understanding the causal relationships. A geographer explains phenomena in a frame of cause and effect. For example, cropping patterns differ from region to region, but this variation is related to variations in soils, climates, market demands, and the farmer's capacity to invest. Geography studies the interaction between nature and humans as an integrated whole. Human is an integral part of nature, and nature has the imprints of human. And human nature are not static. They are highly dynamic. Primitive human societies were directly dependent on their immediate physical environment. This interaction is often described as naturalized humans. However, with the development of technology, humans began to modify their environment, leading to humanized nature. This dynamic relationship is beautifully illustrated by a poet in a dialogue between God, nature, and human. The poet writes, "You created the soil, I created the cup. You created night, I created the lamp. You created wilderness, hilly terrains and deserts. I created flower beds and gardens." This shows how human beings utilize natural resources to move from a stage of necessity to a stage of freedom, contributing their own culture to the Earth's surface. As a discipline, geography is concerned with three sets of questions. First, some questions are related to the identification of the patterns of natural and cultural features found over the surface of the Earth. These are the questions about what. Second, some questions are related to the distribution of these features. These are the questions about where. Taken together, these two questions deal with distribution and location, but they do not make geography a scientific discipline until the third question is added. The third question is related to the explanation or the causal relationships between features and processes. This aspect of geography is related to the question, why? Geography is a discipline of synthesis. It attempts spatial synthesis just as history attempts temporal synthesis. Its approach is holistic. It recognizes the fact that the world is a system of interdependencies. The present world is being perceived as a global village. Distances have been reduced by better means of transportation and communication. Geography involves the study of these spatial patterns. Geography has an osmotic relationship with other disciplines. While every discipline has its own individual scope, geography derives data from both natural and social sciences and integrates them. We must also mention time. Geography influences historical events. Spatial distance has been a potent factor in altering the course of history. In traditional warfare, large countries like India and Russia gained safety through their vast size. The Himalayas acted as Great Barriers, while the sea provided routes to migrants and invaders. Time is integral to geographical studies as the fourth dimension. Geographical features change over time. As the saying goes, space is capable of being organized with the help of time.
Let's detail the relation of geography with other sciences. 1. Interface with natural sciences. Traditional physical geography is linked with geology, meteorology, hydrology, and pedology, soil science. Geomorphology is derived from geology. Climatology is linked to meteorology. Oceanography connects to hydrology. Biogeography is closely related to botany and zoology. A geographer also needs proficiency in mathematics and art to draw maps. The shape of the Earth is a geoid, but maps are two-dimensional. The conversion from 3D to 2D requires cartography, which relies on geometry and mathematics. 2. Interface with social sciences. Sociology intersects with social geography. Economics intersects with economic geography, studying production, distribution, and consumption. Political science, study of territory, people, and sovereignty, connects to political geography. Demography provides the data for population geography. Every social science studies different aspects of social reality, and geography integrates these to understand the reality in totality. How do we study this vast subject? There are two major approaches, systematic and regional. The systematic approach was introduced by Alexander von Humboldt, a German geographer, 1769 to 59. The regional approach was developed by another German geographer, Karl Ritter, 1779 to 59.
In the systematic approach, a phenomenon is studied worldwide as a whole, and then typologies or spatial patterns are identified. For example, if you study natural vegetation, you look at softwood forest or equatorial forest globally. In the regional approach, the world is divided into regions at different hierarchical levels. All geographical phenomena in a particular region are studied in a holistic manner to search for unity and diversity. Based on the systematic approach, here are the main branches of geography. 1. Physical geography, geomorphology, the study of landforms, their evolution and related processes. Climatology, the study of the atmosphere structure, weather elements and climate types. Hydrology, the study of the realm of water, oceans, lakes, rivers, and its effect on life. Soil geography, the study of soil formation, types, fertility, and distribution. 2. Human geography, social or cultural geography, studies society, spatial dynamics, and cultural elements. Population and settlement geography, studies population growth, density, migration, and rural-urban settlements. Economic geography, studies agriculture, industry, trade, transport, and services. Historical geography, studies how spatial organization changes over historical processes. Political geography, studies political events, boundaries, and space relations. 3. Biogeography. This emerges from the interface of physical and human geography. Plant geography, spatial pattern of natural vegetation. Zoo geography, spatial patterns of animals. Ecology, scientific study of habitats. Environmental geography, concerns regarding environmental problems like pollution and conservation.
We conclude by asking, what is the importance of physical geography? Physical geography includes the study of the lithosphere, landforms, drainage, relief, the atmosphere, composition, structure, elements like heat and pressure, the hydrosphere, oceans, seas, lakes, and the biosphere, life forms. Soils are formed through pedogenesis and depend on parent rocks, climate, biological activity, and time. Time provides maturity to soils. We study oceans, which are storehouses of resources like fish and minerals. The physical environment provides resources, and human beings utilize these resources to ensure their economic and cultural development. However, the accelerated use of technology has created ecological imbalances. Therefore, a better understanding of the physical environment is absolutely essential for sustainable development. Geography is the study of space and time, nature and human. Thank you for watching this detailed breakdown on Taki channel. Join us next time as we dive deeper into the origin of the Earth. If you found this strategic overview helpful, please like, subscribe and share this journey with your fellow aspirants. If you have any questions regarding what we have discussed today, drop a comment below. I will be personally addressing your doubts to ensure your conceptual clarity is absolute. Until next time, keep studying, stay curious, and I will see you in the next lesson.